And then I started to ask myself the key question, and I advise all of you, I implore all of you to ask yourself this question. What would life look like if I had my time back? And I started to ask that question. And you know, there's a part that nobody talks about when you start thinking about the retirement picture. You know, when we talk about early retirement, we always think about and talk about the financial components of it, because the financial components are the easy part. I need X amount of dollars to fund my lifestyle, so on and so forth. But there's another piece of that too. There's a mindset shift that has to happen. And even if you're not retired, you have to make that mind shift, because if you don't, then you're always going to be trapped into the one more year syndrome. Well, I'll just work one more year. I'll just work one more year. I'll just work one more year. Next thing you know, you're 65, 70. And if you go and you talk to most 80-year-olds that are retired, they're going to tell you that they wish they would have retired sooner. So it really took that mindset shift. And, you know, I had to really unlearn the idea that my worth was tied to my title. Look, I was a pretty important guy at work. I was the chief human resources officer. I had organizations that would come into towns just to talk to me, to take me to basketball games, to take me to football games, to take me to golf tournaments, to take me out to play golf, all kinds of different things that you get when you're sitting at the executive level. And it's easy for us to get tied into who we are, or tie who we are, you know, into that. And it was a shift to say, you know, who I am, you know, isn't about my title. I had to let go of the fear that resting meant failing. It's funny because a lot of times we look at people that are taking naps in the middle of the day, or we look at people that are taking time for themselves. And what's the first thing we say? Oh, they're lazy. Oh, they're not contributing. Oh, they're not doing the things that they need to do. But in reality, they absolutely are, because they're able to bring their best self to you. They're able to bring their best self to the world because they're rested, because they're introspective, because they took the time to understand what was going on in their mind. They become better husbands, better wives, better friends, better lovers, better whatever it is that they need to be or that they want to be in life, because they actually take the time. But if you're caught in the mindset that I was, resting was really about laziness, and you're taking too much time resting, you're lazy. So it doesn't mean that you're failing when you're resting. You know, you got to let go of that fear. It's when you're resting, you're taking time for yourself. And then I had to get to a place where I believe deep down freedom was for people like me too.